Well, in my last video I did tell about fixing this bike little by little. However, the first step in improving anything for that matter is recognizing what's wrong. I did get this bike rather in a good condition, but now the petrol tap is leaking, the carburetor is completely clogged along with the fuel line, that is. The sprocket needs change. One of the fork seals have given in. There is no footrest for the pinion, and the main stand bolt has come off. The clutch cable feels very hard. That's it. Otherwise it's fine. To get this bike running properly, I first need to sort the fuel efficiency or the mileage out. An ax100 usually is very efficient. It returns around 40 to 45, but I've used a smaller carburetor, which is the VM18 that comes on max 100s, and I must be getting close to 50 kmpl. Must be. Well, initially the bike was returning 20 to 25 kmpl, which was hopeless, and after swapping the carbs, it has shot up to 35-ish, but that's still not good, and we're gonna get that sorted out today. So what we're basically gonna do today is swap the petrol tap for a new one, because as it sits I'm losing petrol, and that definitely is gonna take a toll on mileage. And I'm gonna swap out the sprocket, because no matter how much power the engine sends, the sprocket aids in transmitting that to the wheel, and if the sprocket is dead, you're definitely losing mileage. What I've got for this bike is a sprocket kit from the old Suzuki Fiero. And why would I choose the Fiero? Because that's gonna heighten the gear a little. This bike has enough of a low end grunt, so I don't mind losing that for a little bit of top end. And the third and main problem that we'll be looking to get sorted is clean the carburetor, change the fuel filter and the fuel lines if possible. And that should sort the mileage problems out. And in addition to that, I'll be sorting out my indicator, and I don't have a tail light, so that will be getting sorted again. And why I think I don't have good fuel efficiency is because I don't, if you see, this is on low revs, the bike has no response, and on higher revs the bike chokes either ways, and when the revs go very low, I have to use my choke to even get the bike moving. See, barely moves. I'm full throttle. Now it's waking up. So let's get this bike sorted out, shall we? The choke basically works like a nitro switch for me at certain RPMs, that is. let's get to the bottom of everything. பிடிச்ச மணியே இல்லையா லூஸாக இருக்கும், ரொம்ப லூஸாக இருக்கு. இன்னும் லூஸாக தான் இருக்கு. ஆமாண்ணா, சும்மா இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு. கொஞ்சம் வேற பேருது. சுத்தமாக தேஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா கேஸு. ஏ அப்பா,
Right, something unexpected happened yesterday. The clutch would completely misbehave and the bike would refuse to move. Before trying to find out what it was, we just call it off a day. And right now I'm headed towards my mechanic, and he said that he's somehow sorted things out. I'm not really sure what happened, but news is he's completed cleaning my carbs and got the clutch issue sorted out. So let's see how things goes. So basically I've got the bike back, and not everything that was wrong with this bike has been resolved. The petrol tap has been changed. The center stand bolt is now in its place. The sprocket has been changed, so as the indicator. However, two things remain. The main complaints that I wanted to address was the cleaning of the carburetor, but that was impossible because the mechanic tried to release the lower half, or what we call the petrol bowl, and it wouldn't just come in. He was just concerned that he would rip the packing that comes there off, so he didn't touch it. As for the clutch, the issue, like you've seen in the video, was there was no adjustment, there was no room for adjustment on the lever, and fearing there's something wrong with the clutch, my mechanic took the case apart and had a look at the clutch, and basically the whole assembly was jittery, and he's just tightened everything up, hoping that it would sort the issue. But then again, there was no adjustment on the lever. So basically, the magnet side casing of the bike has the small knurling through which a screw holds, and that gives adjustment. I'm not a technical person, but yeah, that has completely worn off. So the solution would be to find another engine case, and hopefully that is going to sort everything out. For now, that's about it. The main intent for me to make this video in smaller parts is to show that, this is especially for people who newly get into old vintage bikes. They buy something that is not perfect and try to put every effort in their body and from their pockets to get the bike running perfect. But you're missing out if that's your case. I think that even this imperfect bike has a lot of character, and if you can take your mind off small imperfections, you can enjoy a bike like this as it is, or even in worse condition. So if you've got an old bike for yourself, don't expect perfection. Try to ride it as it is for some time and slowly build up on improvements, because that way, the day that this bike reaches its perfection, you'll have so much of memories down the line, and I think that matters a lot when you're buying something that is old and something that gets corrected over time through your feedback. Experience is everything, I think, when it comes to motorcycling. Now you would have noticed that the audio on this segment of the video is much better compared to the previous segment, or the previous video for that matter. The problem was I've been plugging my microphone into a headphone jack on the camera, and sometimes I surprise myself that I make money through a camera and stupid things happen from me. I'll see you on the next one.